Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab you a libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Okay, somehow I got myself out of the chat. Sorry, I'm back. I hope you guys can hear me now. Yeah. Okay, you can hear me. Knock myself out. Happy Friday. Ola from the West Side. Sorry I was late, but I was supporting another content creator from the clouds. Really, actually, I was just listening. I'm not going to say that I was, because they didn't know I was there. But I've been listening to a lot of the madness that's been going on the platform. And all I'm going to say is, well, I'm going to start out by saying, my melanated people, what is really going on? I mean, what is really going on? So I have, I'm watching a content creator that is quote unquote in the beef sector that is kind of trying to involve other people and stuff. And now I've had this conversation before. If you were under the quote unquote former black sector, which would be, the black channels that aren't part of the beef sector, yeah, we really wasn't trying to get into none of y'all's ish. Really, we weren't. And so, I've said what I wanted to say about creators in the beef sector when they've said something that I didn't like. So I gave my opinion. And it is, after all, my opinion. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to expect
somebody else, you know, to jump into my BS if I started some stuff. And I have to say this, and I'm going to say this as an autism advocate and an autism mom. Please don't come on here and you know, talk about children that are not autistic and you're a parent of someone with autism and then cry foul when someone talks about your child. That isn't even right. Because see, my issue is I don't want people talking about kids at all. I don't want people talking about kids at all. But my son is an adult on the spectrum, and when he was under the age of 18, first of all, I wasn't even on this damn platform at that point because I don't know. Have you seen my son? I wouldn't have been able to do this at that point. I really wouldn't have. But um, I don't like people who are calling foul about people talking about their children and then they turn around and do the same thing, especially when you're another parent with a kid that's got special needs. Now, to the folk who are out there talking all the foul stuff, inferring that there's some funny business going on with this particular content creator and her teenage son, you a sick son of a bitch. I said it. You just are. Okay? That you know, the alleging that people are short eyes on this platform is is going to a peak. So now we have someone who is implying, hey, Six Figure Days, implying that a content creator is doing some funny business with their special needs son. You know, now it's one thing, you know, where you're having a conversation with said individual about their behavior on the platform and about not wanting to be involved in whatever ish that they got going on with whoever they got going on in the beef sector. Okay, but for you to get on here and then make an for somebody else to get on here and make an implication that this person is doing something with their kid, and let me straight say it was someone in the beef sector that did this. Okay, what we don't do that kind of stuff over here. Okay, we don't do that. Okay, but to imply that, okay, Regin, you are sick in the head, and and I'm ashamed that it's somebody from my mama's hometown that did that stuff. And yeah, I know he don't give a f. He says he don't give a f, but that wasn't cool. It wasn't. Okay, so you know, I don't understand why you people can't handle your stuff without bringing kids into it in the first effing place. Like, what kind of weak stuff is that? Fight your own effing battles and stop pulling people's kids in it. Because your issue really is with the person, not the children. I don't like kids being brought into it on any side, including Chicago chicks kid. Okay? You know, her child ain't do nothing. So don't bring her kid into it. And by the same token, when you going after her for bringing your kid into it, don't bring her kid into it to prove your point. Now I know some of you guys out there don't give a f, you know, you don't really care about the kids, but you shouldn't be talking about children on the platform, period. Let's be clear. You shouldn't be talking about the kids, period. And for you people who can't fight your own battles, don't start none if you can't back up what you doing. I mean, because what's been going on is that people have been trying to pull other people into their bull. Okay, that's what I've seen going on. You know, and I'm supportive of all of the autism parents on the platform. Don't get me wrong, especially the black ones. But stop getting on here being messy and then being a victim because somebody put your kid into it. Why do I'm gonna give the analogy that Sis Cookie gave. Why do they know so much about your kids? Why do they know so much about your children? Now, yeah, I've shared some things on here in regards to my son. Hey, aka James. But my son's an adult. He's not on the platform. I ain't bothering nobody. And I wish a nigga would. I didn't stutter. I wish they would. But since I'm over here minding my business and not yours, ain't nobody got any business. Ain't nobody got no reason to be coming after me. But sis, you all up in everybody's business. And just based on what I'm seeing, you're saying that they're pressed, but you appear to be the one who's pressed. You appear to be the one who's pressed. Because here's the thing. I said what I had to say about Chicago chick, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna come on here every day and say anything about somebody. First of all, I'm not even in the sector, number one, and I'm only gonna say something if her folk come over here and F with me. That part. And the only reason that they came dancing down in my chat is because they don't like the fact that I like Cookie and I like Dee Dee. It is what it is. You know, I can like who I want to. Last time I checked, I'm older than all of y'all. Except for maybe, I don't know, the older people that are on here. Those ones. I forget. It's somebody. Bless Watkins. Yeah, I think I'm younger than her. I'm pretty sure I am. You know? But most of the rest of these, I'm like, y'all in your 40s, early 50s, whatever. Okay, so now let me just woosah real quick before I talk about this other subject because it's really not. So there's a YouTube on here, and I'm not, and the reason I'm not saying names is because I'm sorry, this is my channel, and if I'm talking about you, you know I'm talking about you, or you don't care, and it doesn't really matter. Another content creator that's on here that's mixed up in a whole bunch of stuff. And hey Angela, I honestly, I like this particular content creator. I know that they're going through some things, but I also don't believe everything that this particular content creator says either. And I like people that they don't like. But so anyway, they got on here today and they've made a decision, and they said this on their live, that they're not going to go into rehab. So y'all can just figure out who I'm talking about by that. And here's my thing. I don't know if I would have been as open about what was going on in my life as this person has been. And I don't even know if I would tell people whether I was going in or out of rehab. But there's been a whole lot of accusations on the platform in regards to them coming on here. And this is just my personal opinion, sis. You can take it for what it is. I just think that you probably should just work on you. Drop a video, when you want to, just to check in and say hi. But you probably just don't want to be doing lives and stuff right now. You just probably just want to be working on you. I'm just saying. And just get yourself out of all of this BS that you're in, whether you caused it or not. And don't make it look like you are the victim, or don't play the victim. Just, do what you need to do in your life off of this platform. Take care of your mental and your physical health. And stop running up and down the YouTube streets, getting on people's platforms, talking about this YouTube stuff, whether it happened off the platform or on the platform. I'm just saying, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. And I know she's here. She's usually in my cloud if she's stopped her own live, or she'll catch the replay. But she knows I'm talking to her. Yeah, this is just my opinion, okay? If you've got some things going on, if you're in recovery, and I am not speaking as someone who is in recovery or did drugs, but I know people, a lot of people, that is their story. And what I do know is if that's what you're really trying to do, is to get yourself in a healthy situation, going on this platform, speaking about situations on the platform, responding to situations on the platform, is not helping. And I'm just saying this as someone who's older and has lived more life than you. And no, I didn't get hooked on no drugs or nothing like that. Thank you, Lord, for that. That's not my story, And with my dad being a doctor, he scared the living, what, out of us as we were growing up. So by the time, the 80s, and, and the epidemic came about, that's the last thing I was thinking about doing. The most I have ever done is something that grew out of the ground. trees, if you please. Okay? This other stuff that they're just making these pills. I don't understand this younger generation that's popping all these pills, that's doing this crystal, you know. And, a while long ago, that one wasn't even us. That was mainly suburban clear kids and clear folks, you know, because you can make that they can make that stuff in their house. Hopefully not blow the house up at the same time. You know, that's who was doing this stuff. That stuff messes you the F up. It ages you. Ages you. You will have someone in their 30s who looks like they're in their 50s. You start losing teeth. Your skin doesn't look so good. And that can come from a number of, illicit drugs. But this one in particular. So, I'm praying that whatever it is that you are planning to do is the best thing for you, sis. And that you are able to get through this. Because I know people who are celebrating years. I know people who are celebrating 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years. So it can be done. It can be done. But something that I keep noticing around this crazy place is that people love to feed the drama. If you are dishing drama and BS on your channel, you will have a chat full of folks, there to see you self-destruct. And that's what those people are in your chat for, sis. They're not there to support you. I don't believe, because, I just don't believe all those people are there to support you. I just think that they're there to see if they can catch a show. See if they can catch you coming online, slipping up. So, you can do as you want, sis. I know, because you're a grown woman, but I'm just saying, I would probably just upload things. You can upload, updates of how you're doing it and everything. And wait. I would say wait until you are a little bit away before you come back on live. That's my suggestion. That's my suggestion. Because YouTube will still be here. And this is social media. You don't really even know any of these people. You can't be sure that they really have your best interest at heart. Even if you have met them in real life. Let me say that again. Even if you have met them in real life. You don't know none of these people on here. So, you can take it. You can say FUDC, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. But I do. you know, and not from experience, just from life experience of people around me, friends who suffered trauma and self-medicated. And it could have been trauma that happened as an adult or as a child, But there's a lot of people out on this platform who are self-medicating and need to go get themselves in some therapy and need to put down whatever their drug of choice is down. Especially if if you have minor children in your house that you are still taking care of. Like the F? I mean, I'm talking as someone who wouldn't do the hey tutu thing, Miss Pamela. I'm talking as someone who wouldn't do that kind of ish. Okay? That's how I'm talking. Excuse me. I got my sage burning over here. Smoke out my face. I do want to tell you guys a little secret, those of you who are here. So, remember last year I was talking about I was going to move. And, I was trying, either get into a 3-bedroom something, preferably not, preferably a house or a townhouse. Yeah, well, about to do that. Because the person who owns the place that I live in wants to sell it. I don't want to buy it. Let me just state that. Don't want to buy it. When I buy again, which will probably be next year sometime, I'm probably not going to buy in the state of California. I'm probably going to buy someplace back. Hey, Zero. I'm probably going to buy some place that's not in California. So, anyway, going to be relocating. And when I do relocate, guess what? My studio will not be in my kitchen, you guys. It will no longer be in the kitchen. It's going to be, I'm going to actually have a studio. An office / studio. Because y'all know I work from home. So I'm, going to use part of my office as my YouTube studio. So that is coming soon. Really, yeah, I'm going to be moving within the next 30 days, actually. Sooner if I can, maneuver some stuff. Get the movers into place. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be in the same city that I'm in. I'm still going to be in the Los Angeles area, in the South Bay. So I'm still going to actually be in the same city I'm already in. Actually, I'm going to be like walking distance to the church that I go to. I'm going to be, because right now I live close to SoFi Stadium. Okay. So if you know where SoFi Stadium is in the Los Angeles area, then you know what city I live in. So I'm still going to be living in the same city. I'm just going to be living not so close to SoFi Stadium. But it doesn't even matter, because the entire city that I live in, you have to have parking permits to park on the street, because a lot of the area is within walking distance to the stadium. I've seen people walking from hotels on the other side of the 405 that it's at least 2 to 3 miles from SoFi, walking to SoFi. Yeah. So I was looking at places that weren't in this city, and I was looking at some other, you know, some really nice houses and everything, but you know, I gotta go with the first one that I actually liked that I got. So, and this is the one that we're gonna go for a year because my intention was to move out of here. You know, when I moved out of here, be moving, be buying a house at the same time. But that's not the way it's gonna go. So I probably am going to, you know, now with everything that's happened, I just I don't think I'm gonna end up buying another place in California again. I think I'm gonna buy a property someplace else to retire. Y'all, y'all know DC is I am like almost I will be retiring in about 10 years or sooner. Or sooner, y'all. So yeah. And thank God I'm a healthy person. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing going on with me. Hallelujah for that. But the plan over the next year is to get about two to three of my books finished and published. And do more acting. FYI, the movie that I was in, we are going to be having a screening for the cast and the industry in the next couple of weeks, you guys. It's going to and as soon as the movie comes out, you guys, I will tell y'all about it. Hey, Anthony, the name of the movie is Mama Tell Me Why. Okay? And the mama is my mama, and I'm the mama. So there's two mamas in this story. My mother, and then me, and my children. I'm like the mother of four in this movie. I am at one point in the movie I am addicted to cocaine. Now I ain't never been addicted to cocaine, but y'all will think that I have when you see this movie because I was acting. I was acting. I was acting. And I also studied some folk. You know, I did do some studying. But it's going to be coming out. They're premiering it finally. And then right behind that, during the holidays, the movie that I was the production assistant on is going to be coming out, and that one is called Dysfunctional Family. This is two Black independent films that were filmed during 2020, during the lockdown. This was lockdown filming, and we were always compliant with all health and safety measures on set. Because y'all know the movie industry don't play. They have their own set of rules and regulations. But they're coming out. They're coming out. I'm excited. And within the next month or two, we're going to start production on another film that I'm actually in again. So I'm getting my acting on. So, what I'm trying to do is, get this other stream of income coming through, get my creative streams of income coming through, because when I write the books, get them out. The first book is on raising a Black man with autism because he's a man now. And from that, what I desire and what I know I'm supposed to do is to go and talk about autism around the country, but really talk about it from our perspective, from the perspective of people of color, you know, and to just kind of be, I guess, on the other side of the, childhood, and just to tell people about my experience, and maybe what I have gone through with my son will be helpful to other people, because there's so many more resources available now that were not available when my son was growing up. you know so many more resources available so that children on the spectrum can, you know go to college, and more importantly, be able to get jobs, so that there's not the stigma on our kids being able to be fully independent adults. Because still at this time, 80% of adults with autism live with their parents. You know, 80% of the autism parents, our kids as live with us as adults. It's only 20% that are either living independently or in group home situations as adults. You know, my hope for my son is that, you know, by the time I go to glory, he's able to take care of himself completely. And the house that I'm going to be buying, next year, wherever that's going to be his house, and that's going to be where he lives. Because as soon as I buy the house, I'm going to put it into a special needs trust for him. But I'm excited about this move, because we're making the move towards me and my man. We're building our family, because the place that I am now, I this is something that I, was already this is where I was when he came back to California. When he left California, um, I I had my house, and my mom was still alive. After my mom died, you know, within a couple of years, it was too much, because it wasn't it was yeah, it was just too much. So, but I'm gonna buy again. Just not, I don't think, in California, unless a bunch of money just falls into my lap, or if I win one of those homes that the Special Olympics gives away every year in Southern California. They give away bomb houses every year. So if I win one of those raffles and win one of those dream homes that's already paid for, and all I have to do is pay the taxes, yeah. But other than that, I'm probably going to end up on the East Coast, where I came from. Probably not in DC, but probably south of there, in the Carolinas, not too far from DC, but not in DC. You know, I I like Southern Georgia, but you know, the autism services for adults is always a thing. And I am checking. There are some things, because I'm asking my dad and his wife, who works in the field, speech pathology, about stuff in the Carolinas. So I'm looking at stuff. I'm planning. I know the states where they've got good adult programs for people on the spectrum, and there's not that many, a handful. A handful, you guys. Okay? California, Texas, Florida, um, Boston, not the whole state of Massachusetts. Okay. Uh, New York, um, and North Jersey have some good programs. Um, DC, not so much. Well, I don't know. Virginia has some programs. Maryland has some programs, but a lot of the stuff is geared towards children. That's the problem. The problem is that they forget that our children grow up, and autism does not go away at the age of 18. Okay? And I know people talk about that kids grow out of autism. They don't necessarily grow out of the autism. What they do is they, because of certain things that are done, like diet and therapies and everything, they are able to overcome certain obstacles within the autism so that they are very, very slight. And that there's many individuals that you can't really tell have autism. You can't. But there is no cure. People just, can go from being low functioning, to being mildly autistic or what they consider more Aspergery. But every person with autism is different. Every single person with autism is different. I'll give you a good example. Dr. Temple Grandin, who is probably the most well-known person with autism, who has a PhD in agriculture, didn't talk until she was about 4 or 5 years old. My son was talking before he was 4 or 5. But his development is different from how her development went, because with her, she had people, her parents were rich, and she had intensive therapy, all this stuff, and this was back in the 50s. If you do the intensive therapy and all of that stuff, that helps tremendously if it is done when they are young. It does. Hey, Jack. Oh, thank you, Angela. Yeah, I'm working on the next daily thoughts. It will probably be out in the middle of the night, you guys. I'm just saying. It's probably going to be the middle of the night, so y'all will see it in the morning. And I just haven't decided what the title of it is going to be, but I'm doing it. It is on blissful living. So I don't know if I'm going to call it my daily thoughts about blissful living. Hey, EPI. Or if I'm just going to call it blissful. We'll see. But anyway, it will be out in the middle of the night. I just have to finish doing the voiceover. And then you guys will get it. And it'll be out by the morning. I'm also working on the next coffee talk. And I'm going to try to get that out over the weekend as well, you guys. I'm going to try to get a couple of things out over the weekend. So the coffee talk, I've decided that I'm going to do the coffee talk on depression, specifically Black women and depression. So kind of like about mental health, but about us. I was going to do it on, what this month is about, DV, but I don't know. I may do another one before the end of the month on DV. But that one's a triggering subject for me as a DV survivor. So I have to, really think about how I want to talk about that. If I just want to talk about the facts, or if I want to share personal experience in that one. So yeah, but the depression one, um, I'm gonna try to have that out over the weekend. That's the hope. If not, it'll be out maybe Monday or Tuesday because I am off Monday and Tuesday because I'm going to a leadership conference virtually. Virtual leadership conference, y'all. Because, people still are not doing the, fly-ins. So let me come on camera because I'm about to get out of here. I don't know where my son is. Don't know where he is, y'all. But he's just going to miss it. And, StreamYard's just tripping. So I can't see myself, but I know you guys will see me. So let me just see. Okay. Hey, everybody. Yes, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get out of here. Y'all see, I do have my mic up here. I figured it out, y'all. I don't know what my son did, but I got it back together. And tonight I am drinking. This is a cucumber lemonade. That's what I'm drinking tonight. That's my libation of choice tonight. It's delicious too. Got it from the Cheesecake Factory. But I will be back on live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will schedule all of next week's lives over the weekend, just like I did last weekend, so that they're out there. And I'm not just dropping them on the day of. I'm giving you guys, ample warning. I'm like treating y'all well with that by letting y'all know, yeah, it's gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm planning them out ahead of time. Even though they're always planned out ahead of time in my head, but I want to put them on YouTube so that they get in the algorithm for you guys. Oh, here comes Dave. Come say hi. Here he comes. Come say hi. Say hi.
Say hi.
Okay, go put your shoes on. I gotta go somewhere. Gotta go make a run. And I will see you guys out here in these YouTube streets. Y'all be safe. Stay away from all the drama. That's all I can say. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Monday. But until then, I'll offer you peace and blessings from the West Side. And let me get my outro for y'all. And then I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Well,
Not coming on. Uh-oh. Here it comes.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time.
I don't know what's happening, you guys.
Until
It's
then,
not playing.
Peace.
So I guess it's not
from
working
the
for me
West
tonight. Let me see.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.